So a lot of us are stuck at home right now because of the current quarantine situation, so I thought that I'd go out and make a list of a few games that I think you guys should play while we're all stuck at home. I've had a lot of time on my hands already to make this list, so all of the games I'll be telling you I have fully played and beaten so far during this quarantine. So let's just get started with the first game, that is Celeste. Celeste is an indie game that came out in 2018. I played it on my Nintendo Switch, and it's a game that's essentially just about a girl climbing a mountain. This game is an amazing 2D platformer with some awesome mechanics. All you can do is run, jump, climb, and dash, but dashing is what makes the game. When you dash, your hair turns purple, which means that you cannot dash again until you touch the ground. This game has some awesome, unique platforming situations, and honestly, I think it's a game that proves that we perfected the 2D platforming genre. Celeste is that good. And it's pretty short. It took me about 7 hours to complete, so it's not too short, but you're not going to be diving 70 hours into this thing. It's a really good, really refined 2D platformer. The next game on my list is Portal. Portal is an incredibly famous game because of its quotes and its jokes and all of its moments that everybody knows. However, when you actually get down to it, the game is phenomenal. It's easily my favorite puzzle game ever made. This is Portal 1 and Portal 2, the sequel, which is much bigger and honestly better than the first one. But I kind of think that they go together in tandem. And Portal 1 is incredibly short at a mere 3 hours. It goes from a really challenging, really good puzzle game and slowly morphs into this almost survival horror type situation. And honestly, Portal is just a really great game that I'm surprised I didn't sink my teeth into sooner. I'd say if you know a lot about Portal like I did before I played it, just go ahead and play it. It's really worth it and it deserves your time for sure. The third game on my list is A Link to the Past. Now, I'm a huge Zelda fan. I absolutely love Zelda, and I had just finished Link's Awakening on the Switch, and I was kind of itching for another 2D Zelda game. And it turns out that I had never played A Link to the Past, which is kind of like the quintessential 2D Zelda game. So I picked it up and I played it, and it is easily one of my favorite Zelda games to date. It's just overall such an epic, such a long, challenging, really, really good Zelda game. It has everything that you'd expect from a Zelda game, and a lot of things in Zelda games that are staples of the series started in A Link to the Past. If you're a Zelda fan, definitely give A Link to the Past a shot if you somehow have not played it yet. Next on my list is Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is hard as hell, however, it's a lot of fun. I was looking up online which Mega Man game I should play first because I had never played a Mega Man game in my life, and a lot of people were saying Mega Man X, and a lot of people were saying Mega Man 2. But I decided to go with Mega Man 2 because it was the older of the bunch, and I really, really, really liked it. Although it was frustrating at times being an early NES game and having those difficult, challenging, unfair at times platforming situations, Mega Man 2 overall was just a really, really good experience, and I'm excited to sink my teeth more into the series. I think next I'm gonna play Mega Man X, but I think that if you want to start Mega Man, definitely go with Mega Man 2. It's a great game. The next game I have on my list is Journey. Journey is a game that I beat in one sitting one night. It's about an hour and a half, so it's really short. But overall, it's just a really, really cool cinematic gaming experience. It got raving reviews when it came out on the PS3 originally. I played the PS4 version, and honestly, it was just a really, really beautiful experience. I don't really know how to describe it. Journey's the kind of game that you put on some really, really good headphones, turn off all the lights, and just don't have any distractions and just play it all the way through and get whatever you get out of the experience, honestly. Overall, Journey is a really, really cool experience, and I recommend it to anyone who loves video games and gaming as an art form. Next up on my list is Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is awesome. When Luigi's Mansion 3 came out on the Switch, I was debating whether or not to get it, but I really wanted to play the first Luigi's Mansion before I played 3. So I popped it in and I played it, and it was such a good game. I understand why the first Luigi's Mansion gets so much praise. It's a really, really solid, really, really refined and polished Luigi game. That's what it is, it's a Luigi game. And it's strikingly different from Mario Sunshine and all the other Mario 3D games. It's really its own genre, I'd say. It's like a survival horror, but You're kind of walking between rooms and you have the Ghostbuster vacuum that you can take out ghosts with. And honestly, it was just a whole lot of fun. It was around 6-7 hours, so it's another game that you can beat in probably a couple of days, and it's overall just a really fun game. I really liked Luigi's Mansion, and I highly recommend it. If you don't have a GameCube or a Wii to be able to play it, you should probably get Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 looks like the old one, but better and probably longer, so Luigi's Mansion is a really awesome franchise, and I'm excited to play more of its games. Next up on my list is Doom. This is the 2016 version. Obviously, Doom Eternal just came out, and it's a fat $60, and I was thinking about getting it. However, I really wanted to play Doom 2016, the original reboot, first. I looked on PlayStation Network, and it was a solid $10, so I bought it, and I'm playing through it right now, and it is really crazy. This game is just badass, honestly. It's awesome. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into after watching the trailers of this blasting techno metal music and seeing Doom Guy blast people's heads off with a shotgun, and it lives up. It's really just madness. This game, I think, completely perfects the FPS. I feel like FPSs were kind of dying of late, and this is the kind of series that's really bringing it back into the forefront. A really good FPS campaign. That's what Doom is, and I assume what Doom Eternal is. When I beat Doom, I'm for sure picking up Doom Eternal because I want to play more of this game. This gameplay is perfect. The last game on my list is kind of obvious, and it's Animal Crossing New Horizons. Everybody is talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons. Why? Because it's the most addicting thing you could possibly do during this quarantine. Everybody's stuck at home doing absolutely nothing, and Animal Crossing is the perfect game for that. I have probably sunk 20 hours in Animal Crossing already from just this quarantine, and that's a guess. It could be more. Animal Crossing is just addicting. It's kind of hard to explain. You try and explain Animal Crossing to someone and you're like, oh, I hit a rock and got some stone, and then I could make a well that I could put in my town, and I talk to my villagers who I like and they give me gifts. It's hard to explain, and going from Doom to Animal Crossing and back is a big shift. I think that Animal Crossing New Horizons is the best Animal Crossing game ever made, and I think it's a really good way to spend your time while you're stuck in your homes during this quarantine. And speaking of quarantine, I hope you guys are all staying really healthy and happy, and I hope that no one's getting sick or anything like that, so make sure to stay safe, stay in your homes, and play some really good video games. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and leave a comment if you like when I do this type of video. It's different from what I usually do on my channel, but I've got a lot of time on my hands now that I'm stuck in my house, so expect to see some usual videos coming out pretty soon. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Go play some video games.